Hi Scorpio, welcome to May 2014. Now in May, you're still recovering from the deep, intense internal work you did in April. So if you're not up for the socializing and festivities, don't hurry, don't push, do what's right for you. Now April is very interesting because we're past the Grand Cardinal Square that took place in April. And Venus moves into Aries on May 2nd, and now she is going through and doing an evaluation of how much you have achieved and accomplished internally and personally in April. And she's kind of like doing a checklist to make sure you are living from your authentic power. So Venus is in Aries on May 2nd, and she will oppose Mars on May 11th, square Pluto on May 14th at your Scorpio full moon on May 14th, and then conjunct Uranus on May 15th. So Venus is in the area of your health, your work habits, your lifestyle, your service to the planet. And she's opposing Mars, which is in the area of working behind the scenes, hidden power, hidden strength, as well as how you limit yourself, hold yourself back. And Mars has been retrograde in this area. So for those of you that have a Scorpio ascendant, some of you may have been experiencing, waking up at night, being disturbed in your sleep, having crazy dreams. That will come to a closure on May 19th when Mars moves direct, when Mars moves forward. And that's really good. And then Mars will be in Scorpio at the end of July. So you're really going to like July. And having Mars in your own sign is very powerful. Mars loves being in Scorpio because Mars was the ancient ruler of Scorpio, and it will give you a lot of energy and drive. So more so than the 12th, because the 12th is what's hidden and behind the scenes. It's not an action house, and having an action planet in there, it's doing a lot of work on subconscious levels, on inner levels, but it can also be very frustrating and disturb the sleep. And so having Mars moving direct on the 19th will help with that. Now Venus is opposing Mars, and this has to do with your work and your service, and your service to the planet, and creating that balance between your work as well as your personal life of how you take care of yourself through meditation, through retreat, through taking me time, through finishing unfinished business. So you're looking at that. You're looking at the work-life balance, the spiritual life, the work life, and it's important to evaluate what truly matters to you. Now, you have the very powerful Scorpio full moon on May 14th, and this is your full moon for the year. Saturn is there. Now, Saturn is 4 degrees away, so it's not right on top of it. However, having Saturn hanging around is big business. So Saturn is rewiring you and reprogramming you. Saturn in Scorpio, when you have Saturn in your own sign, Saturn wants you to redefine who you are based on your authentic self, your soul self, your core values, not on the expectations of the world or what other people want you to be, but who you really are. And this has been going on since Saturn's been in Scorpio, and it's really highlighted for you at the Scorpio full moon because this is your full moon. Saturn is opposing the Sun in Taurus, and Saturn is showing you your limitations. And but also, I think what's really important with Saturn and the Scorpio full moon is owning your shadow side. We all have a shadow side, and I see the shadow side as untapped potential, untapped energy that can be used if channeled in productive ways. It creates wholeness in your life. So for you, it's about owning it, is this is who I am, this is a part of me, This is my dark. And we all have a dark side. We all have a shadow side. It's what makes us human beings. And it's what creates balance. When we disown it or deny it, it comes out in negative ways. It comes out and it bites us, or it bites others. So we want to own it. And, you know, so you have to determine, you know, what that is for you. You know, for some, it can be, you know, some Scorpios can be too judgmental, right? You can, you know, judge others and judge yourself, or judge yourself, and that can be the ego's way of avoiding putting yourself out there. Because if you're judging, then it's never going to be good enough, and no one's ever going to be perfect enough, and so therefore you can't put yourself out there, you know, whether it's through promoting your work and services, or putting yourself on YouTube, or, you know, building a website, whatever the hidden desire is, you don't have to risk that because it's just not good enough. Right? So that's what the negative ego tells us. But that's an avoidance technique so that you don't have to be subject to the opinions of others or the judgments of others. See? However, if you can embrace that part of yourself, like, yeah, I like to judge, right? I'm the ruler, I like to judge. Own it, right? But don't let it hold you back. That way, the energy is being directed into your productivity. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Einstein. So when you direct the shadow into something productive, you're now using this untapped source of energy and power. You are now expressing aspects of self that have been begging for expression, but that have been held back because of the judgment thing, or whatever it is. We all have it. It's not about denying or disowning it. It's about taking it and using it in productive ways so that it works for you and doesn't hold you back. Something to think about. So this is also a time for you to evaluate your relationships, because the moon is here, Saturn is here, the sun is in the area of other people, husband, wife, colleagues, partners, your public, and this is a time to evaluate oppositions or awarenesses that come to us through other people or external situations, and evaluate, you know, what's working for you, what isn't working for you. Where do you need to set boundaries in your relationships? Is it time for you to move out of unhealthy situations or relationships? Are you receiving from your relationships, from your work, from your life? Where are you out of balance? Where do you need to stand up for yourself and speak your truth? This is what the Scorpio full moon is bringing to your attention. What are your emotional needs? What is your emotional truth? Using this energy to get clear with what's right for you, what works for you, and eliminating what doesn't is what it's all about. Then Mars moves direct on May 19th. And that will really empower you to use this untapped energy and use this energy to move yourself forward. Now, Venus is in Aries, and there's another story going on with her. Aries is 6 signs from you. Aries rules your service to the world, your lifestyle, your work habits, your health habits, and your wealth is in your health. The better you feel, the more you can do. The stronger you feel, the more you can accomplish. The more open you are for true love in your life. If you want relationship, you want to be feeling good and strong, ready for it. Don't get ready for opportunity, be ready. Do what you need to do. The stronger you are emotionally, spiritually, and physically, the easier your life will become. Venus is reminding you of that. Venus is bringing this to your attention on May 11th, creating that spiritual work-life balance, that personal need, that life work balance. Then she squares Pluto at the at the Scorpio full moon, and she's bringing to your attention, perhaps there's a relationship at work or politics going on or power struggle going on that you really don't want to be involved in, that you don't want to get caught up in. So stay high, keep your energy high, keep your boundaries around you so that you are not being pulled into the dramas of others or the politics of others or the game playing that others like to play at work. And then on the 15th, Venus will conjunct Uranus. Now, I really like this aspect because Venus conjunct Uranus is closure. It is, the universe saying you're done with this situation, you're done with this relationship, you're done with this lifestyle or work habit or something unhealthy you've been doing, like overeating, drinking, smoking. Venus conjunct Uranus can help you end that. Like overnight, you can just be like, I'm not smoking anymore. I'm not drinking coffee anymore. I'm not drinking anymore. Anything that's been unhealthy for you, you can clear it away with Venus conjunct Uranus. And this is awesome because Venus conjunct Uranus is sudden completions. But it is done. It's the universe saying you're done. So whether you end it or you walk away or the other person completes it or the universe ends it, doesn't matter. It's done. It means you have fulfilled the karma, you've learned the lesson, and you're done. And that's a victory. So that's why I like this aspect, because it will end things suddenly. But that means you're done. Instead of dragging it on, dragging it out, let it go. The more you let go, the better you're going to feel. The more you let go, the higher you're going to go. And so this is a wonderful energy to finish up things, complete things in your work, in your lifestyle, in taking care of yourself. It's really, May is a time for you to really take good care of yourself. Focus on your health. Focus on your well-being. Focus on your spiritual life, your personal life, working behind the scenes, taking good care of you. Do what empowers you. Do what strengthens you. And this will increase your energy. So this is a very significant time of working behind the scenes. Then the sun goes into Gemini on May 20th. And Gemini is 8 signs from you. So it has to do with other people's values. It has to do with your husband's values or your wife's values, other people's money, your husband or your wife's money. And it's the house of sex. So it's the house of intimacy. But intimacy isn't sex. Intimacy is into me, see? It's going deep inside and sharing the deepest parts of ourselves with another. And I really like the Gemini new moon. Mars is in harmony with it. So for you, this could be untapped potential you didn't even know was there. Untapped resources you didn't know was there. Money coming to you through inheritance, bonus, insurance payout, royalty payout. And that starts on the Gemini new moon and runs all of June. So there's some sort of financial gain here coming in for you. That's coming like where you didn't even, you may have known it because you're so psychic and intuitive. You Scorpio, or it could surprise you a bit. But I think you already have a knowing that there is a financial gain coming your way here in May. That rhymes. And into June. Now, Neptune is squaring the moon, the Gemini new moon, and it's exact. It isn't loose like Saturn is with your full moon. It's right on the moon. And Neptune is squaring the sun and the moon. They're all at 7 degrees. The sun and the moon are at 7 degrees Gemini, and Neptune is at 7 degrees Pisces. This for you can have to do with intimacy because the new moon is in your house of deep intimacy, relationships, sexuality, but it's also other people's values and money, so it can also be related to work. And Neptune is in the area of true love and romance for you. So with the Gemini new moon being in challenge with nebulous Neptune, nebulous Neptune, you want to set your intention for what you want to create at the new moon. The new moon is great for setting intentions and creating what you want. And take action once Mars goes direct. But make sure you're clear in communication with other people and that they are being real with you. This is a dreamy new moon filled with potentials and promises, but don't go by promises. Go by behavior. And that's the challenge with this. This is a very spiritual and dreamy and creative new moon, but it is being challenged by nebulous Neptune, and that can create illusion and delusion, where we can put people on a pedestal and we can believe their promises and potentials and overstep and overlook the behavior. Right? So it's never what people say, it's always what they do. It's never the talk, it's always the walk. If they follow through with you, they say, I'm going to be here at 5, and they are, then you can believe them. But if they say they're going to be here with you and they don't show, believe the behavior. Don't believe the promises, or you could be fooled. And it could be costly because it is in the area of money owed to you, and it's also in the area of romance. So you could get caught up with someone who is not right for you and is testing you in your vulnerability to, fall in love with a potential, fall in love with a dream, and overlook the truth, the emotional truth, the real truth of who that person is. So trust your instincts. Trust that Scorpio psychic ability to read people, and don't go by what anyone promises, go by behavior. And May is a time to really align with your core values. Taurus rules our resources and our core values. The Gemini new moon is a wonderful time to make a new start in relationships, a new start with financing. And when you align yourself with your core values, you are in touch, on top, and in control of your life. We have no control over what anybody else does. We have no control of what's going on in the world. Your power lies in how you take care of you, how you respond to people and situations and events, and how you take control of your own life. When you live your life based on your core values, especially your number one value, and I've given you that here. If you go to this program, the core values program, at the bottom of the program, there's a list of values. Like for me, it's to inspire others. So all of my objectives and goals are always in alignment so that I can get here and inspire you. When you live your life by your number one core value, you will be happy and successful. If you allow the world to tell you what your success is, whether it's family or society or the corporations to tell you what you need to be successful, you're living outside of yourself. So when you align with your core values, you are on your right path. You are living your life from your truth. And May is encouraging you to do that. May is encouraging you to live your life based on what is true for you. And Saturn has been helping you with that since Saturn entered Scorpio at the end of 2012. Saturn is saying, redefine who you are based on who you are now, based on your authentic self. Venus is helping you with that, being in Aries. So you can see how the planets, the stars are lining up in such a way to empower you to live your life from the inside out, not the outside in, based on society, based on family, based on corporations telling you who you should be, what you need, but based on what your values are, especially your number one value. And when you hone in on what that number one value is, and then you align your life with it, you will be happy. You will be effective and successful. The power is in your hands. Live your life by your core values. This is living from your authentic self, from the inside out. May is a wonderful month filled with all kinds of opportunities. Don't get ready for opportunity. Be ready. And it's like training yourself in the Olympics. Venus is asking you to do that too, because she's moving through that area of lifestyle and health. Go to the gym, walk every day. If you want to be in a relationship, prepare yourself physically for a relationship. Or if you want a promotion, or you have a dream that you want to fulfill, work every day as if you already have that dream fulfilled. That way, when opportunity presents itself, you can seize it. You don't have to get ready for it. It will go to those who are already ready. Already ready. So be ready. Seize the opportunities as they emerge. So you're really working on yourself in May, and it's very important that you do that. You are still working behind the scenes because Mars is in that area. Jupiter is working for you. Jupiter is direct, and Jupiter is in harmonious energy flow with the Scorpios. And Jupiter is in that area of future vision, spirituality, your truth, your wisdom, long-distance travel. So you do have the opportunity to travel or teach or go to school or market your services to the world. Jupiter is helping you with that. And then, boy, when Jupiter gets to Leo, that is going to be awesome, because anything you've been working on, you'll be able to take, 1,000 times higher. You'll be able to expand in the world, and you have to seize it when Jupiter's in Leo, because it won't be back again for another 12 years. So, it's kind of quiet with Jupiter in the ninth. May is a kind of quiet time for you in many ways, but you're still recovering from April, and it's good. You want to build up your reserves, your emotional reserves, your spiritual reserves, your physical reserves, your mental reserves, your financial reserves, so that, as the months go on, you're ready for action, you're ready for opportunity, especially, when that sun goes into Cancer, and then Leo, and Jupiter's in Leo. It's really going to light up your 10th house of destiny, what you're here to do in the world, your profession in the world, your reputation in the world. So you're building towards that. So you want to be now building up your energy, building up your reserves, not being distracted by other people, not being distracted by what they've got going on and what they're doing, but really focused on yourself. What do I need? What do I want? What are my core values? Am I in alignment with my values? Am I determining my success based on what's right for me and not on what other people want of me? So relationships are highlighted here for you, Scorpio, in May, but it really is the relationship you're having with yourself. For those of you that are interested in meeting someone new, you could, but I would really be paying attention to who they are, what they're doing, and not get caught up in potentials or possibilities or promises. Really see people for who they are and not who you want them to be, and you will be yippee skippy in May. You will be riding the Neptunian wave to your greatest possibilities and opportunities. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, and sharing my podcast, Scorpio. You're so awesome. Thank you for Google Plussing them. I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. You go to my astrology services page, you purchase your session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule. You get scheduled. We're off and running, rocking and rolling. So until next time, Scorpio, keep looking up.